The role of the hospital is very important. I mean, it's the equivalent of a school, of a church. These are the pillars of a community.
These folks treat you the way they would want to be treated, and I think that's probably the most important thing. We all want to be important. We all want to feel that we're getting the best care.
When the head person has a genuine vision for what the place can be and where the goals and the purposes of the hospital are clearly stated, it makes a huge difference. The staff is very, very supportive of the needs of patients on a very broad scale. They really do look out for what the patient wants and needs.
You feel that you're being taken care of by friends and family and neighbors. When you are ill, that's very important. You need that comforting.
I don't know how many times that I heard those, stories of that, just that friendly touch and that knowing that the people that you know well are taking care of you.
They treat me as a person, not as a number. That is a value that you can't place a dollar figure on.
And if you never lose your focus, that's the reason we're here, is to care for these people. If that's in everything that you do, it'll come forth in the quality that we provide the care to those patients.
It's really neighbors taking care of neighbors in many cases. We have patients that tell us on their surveys that I felt like I was being taken care of by my family member, and that's the feeling you want.
And this hospital certainly has been a leader in job creation. It's been a leader in bringing technology to the community, and it's been a driver for the economic development of not only Salem, but the county at large and really the region.
I lived in California for a number of years in cutting-edge therapies, cutting-edge treatments. When I came back to Salem, I was delighted to find out how much the hospital had grown with the community. I did not need to go to the larger cities, Cleveland or Pittsburgh, for treatments.
Over the years, we've helped bring some services to Salem that actually aren't part of the hospital, but have been a great addition to the community, such as the dialysis center and the cancer care center that provides radiation therapy. Very recently, we introduced the behavioral medicine center and the wound healing center.
Given some of the ages of our citizens here, transportation, closeness to family, is very important. And the fact that Salem can provide those services without people leaving the area is very important, both economically, but most importantly, in comfort and convenience to people that it serves.
We're the first in the area to have a fully digital department, which means we no longer use the x-rays of the olden days, and Howard was very much behind that technology push. The newest thing we purchased, which was just a few years ago, is the fastest CAT scanner that's currently made.
We have the wound center. We have the beautiful new surgical suite that is state-of-the-art for us to bring our patients to take care of.
The real feeling of accomplishment comes when you expand services to patients. And in most cases, the whole point of the renovations or the construction is because you're expanding services.
I went to Crestview High School, and in high school was a candy striper here at Salem. Then when I went to med school at Neo-UCOM, ended up in Detroit for residency, which was a great place to train, but not a great place to raise your family.
Well, what's great about working here is the fact that I grew up in this area, and it was always a dream of mine to come back to work at Salem Community Hospital.
Well, I think that's the best opportunity if you can find a doctor who wants to establish a practice in or near their hometown, especially if it's also their spouse's hometown. That leads to them wanting to stay. They have extended family in the area. They're less likely to relocate.
I know there's a certain doctor who served in the military and was eager to get back into the Salem community area, and they were recruited back here with Howard's help and assistance, and now they're in the community and being a part of it.
Howard Rohleder was instrumental in making that happen. One of the things I've really admired about him is his ability and willingness to keep residents who were local and who became physicians to stay here local and come back to Salem Community Hospital.
But it's also very satisfying. I've noticed in them, it's very satisfying to them that they're able to come back to their hometown and practice locally.
One thing about Howard is I believe he's truly a visionary. Shortly after he became CEO, I'm sure before he became CEO, he had a master plan for what this campus was going to look like. But he wasn't looking out 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years. He was looking out 10 and 15 years.
A lot of the things that he's put in place are going to make a difference for the long term. Whether it's expanding our hospital to private patient rooms, the brand new surgery center, the wound healing center. I mean, that's a legacy, the things that he's done here. So it's going to make a huge difference for the community for a very long time to come.
That Howard has set the pace and set the tone for the future of Salem Community Hospital and delivery of medical services for the future.
And as the care has migrated from inpatient to outpatient, you have to change the facility, and that's what's driven virtually all of those changes. Trying to make the facility accessible for the outpatient. It's a very different environment if you're coming to stay overnight than if you're coming and leaving within a couple hours.
To have physicians on campus would be a benefit to not only the physician but to their patients. So he built a 2 stories above the physical therapy department.
Howard really has the philosophy and the guiding principle that we want to keep local patients local here in Salem. And Salem Community Hospital has really done that through several ways, increasing the size of the campus of the hospital, adding on to the hospital, and also providing new and advanced services.
You know, really it comes down to looking at the needs of the community, and Howard's had a good eye on things like that. Recognizing that there are services that maybe we need to start providing, new services such as the wound healing center, the new surgery center that we have, recognizing that we need to do state-of-the-art surgeries in a state-of-the-art center. He really does have a good vision, keeps up on the latest and greatest medical technologies and on the healthcare industry as a whole. So he really does see he's always 10 steps in front of everybody else on what he's looking at.
I think certainly when you walk the halls of Salem Community Hospital today and in the future, you will always see a part of Howard throughout these halls.
You know, they all say it all starts at the top, and it truly does with Howard. I could probably speak for most of the employees. They love coming to Salem Hospital, and it's because of Howard Rohleder.
Because of the culture that's here, I feel like I can make a difference. It's huge. And I think that the people just make it an easier place to work and make the patients the most important thing that we do.
This place really is great. I've been to UCLA Medical Center, I've been to Cleveland Clinic, I've been to the UPMC. If I can come here and get something done, believe me, I would rather come here.
Howard's an effective leader, but he's also very personable, down to earth, and just an all-around great guy to be with.
Howard is a kind, dedicated, extremely professional human being.
Howard has set the pace and set the tone for the future of Salem Community Hospital and delivery of medical services for the future.
You can't very often look at, when you go home at the end of the day, gee, I did something great today. What you need to do is look back at an extended period of time, and you can see the growth that you were part of, or the expansion of services to the community or to the patients that weren't there before, and know that you had a part of that.